Well, good morning, beautiful. I hope that you are well rested and ready to begin your day. It's your daily insight on life and love for April 21st, 2021. Also timeless. So wherever you're catching it in time, it could be relevant. It could be the most irrelevant thing you've ever seen, or it could be the most relevant that you've ever seen. Well, either way, your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in-depth, and intense. So if you have questions about booking a session, there's an email address or a direct message somewhere around here. Go ahead and reach out to me. We're going to kick this off with Rider-Waite as per normal. And, well, it's really interesting. I feel like somebody's coming into your life with either some sort of confession, some sort of confiding in you. And it looks like they kind of want a do-over. They want to start over. They want some form of a commitment with you. And if you're hearing all those dings going off, it might be validation for you. Either that or it's annoying. But look, this person is coming to you terrified. Terrified. Rightfully so. I really feel like they kind of, screwed you over. Look, I'm going to break these cards up. I can't tell you enough. Something's got to die off here. Some sort of ideal of a situation or a person has to go. It is not going to work. We have moved far too beyond this. We're not in that rose-colored glasses phase of our life. We're really looking at this connection. I don't care if it's romantic. I don't care if it's business. I don't care if it's a mutually agreed, rivalry. We're going to look at this as a chance to start something completely different, new. We're going to break barriers on this bad boy. And again, I don't care what kind of connection this is. This might be even a career connection. Something totally outlandish is happening to your old psyche, to your old standards, to your old grid. This, what I'm seeing here, it really does look like healing, but it also looks like somebody's got to grow the F up. Somebody has got to step up to the plate. And I do see that this is some form of childish behavior, childish antics, some sort of stunted emotional growth that is coming to the surface in whatever the person is. I also feel like this is a reoccurring issue in your life, not even with just this person, with various people in your life. It's like nobody can really face their crap. Either they do and they project it onto you and make it your problem, or this just keeps being a repeating lesson that you can't seem to escape from. But if that is the case, then you're not learning from it. Sorry, baby, a red flag is not a finish line. You don't need to cross it. Look, we are at an entirely new start. A cycle's come to an end. And with that end, well, we have to mourn whatever the ideal was. We have to allow ourselves the process of completely detaching from it. And you're not going to completely detach from it unless you completely feel it out. I'll say it again, completely. Aren't you sick of hearing it? I know I am. I'm sick of saying it, but it's there. Okay, this has got to be so slow. We got to get rid of so many conditioning habits that we have, you, them. We got to break those old molds and standards. It's not serving anybody. It's this hurry up and make some form of a commitment. Are you kidding me? This kind of pressure in the state of the world where it is, how you have changed, how they are changing, it is going to flounder. It will break you. It'll break you of everything that you thought to be true. Which, it brings up one of the mini reads, but I'm not going to go to that just yet. This is not a time to isolate, to lose faith in spirit. It's a really important time to really construct your own rules and find out what your rules are based off of what your, I think, newly discovered values are. I want you to allow yourself to be completely in the thick of this. You gotta, it's intensity. I saw this on High Vibes TV, and I love that website. I'm obsessed with it almost. I watch it on the daily, You know, everybody on there is just great. Well, I watch it when I have time, but, you know, I try to make it a daily habit. So I know that we are in dark mother energy, which is something that really pulls at our compassion and I guess our insecurities and everything that has been a conditional nurturing and love in our life. And the love doesn't have to be romantic. This could be any level. It's every bit of suppression and resistance to your authenticity and I guess grooming you to grow into an adult, whatever that mold looks like. So this, it floundered in every single relationship. So now we have to peel back those layers. We really do. So when you peel back all of those layers, what is left? What is left? The essence of you, really. But what does that look like? I don't know. We have to get there. We are doing that little by little. And you want to know what? Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it's not as intense. Sometimes it's a joyride. Sometimes it's really playful, like I just discovered something about myself. And sometimes it's the most god-awful, excruciating thing where you're just like, you want to, God, I think I'm done. But you're not. You're going to stick it out because you want to know what's on the other side of this. Do you really want to know? We have, whether it's this person or somebody coming in. Okay, let me backtrack a little. Letting that ideal love die based off of old past experiences. And again, it doesn't have to be love. That ideal of the person, that has to go. You gotta let go of that rope that you're hanging on to. That's really pulling at your wrist. It is doing so much more harm than it could ever do good. It is suppressing you. It is making you a character in this outdated movie that is not aging well and that we're all gonna call out eventually. So, letting go of that rope, discovering what could be, what is the potential, what is a possibility. And I want your mind to go wild. I really do. I think that is the coolest thing. We're going to have this. We're going to pump the brakes. We're going to not hold everybody so tightly in this situation. And you want to know what? When you let go of that rope, oh my God, that is the coolest thing ever. Because it's not choking anybody. So they have free range to roam wherever. And when you give somebody freedom, you see what their authentic true colors are. And you are going to be surprised at who sticks around and who really flourishes. You wanna? I think that you letting go, you might be one of the ones that flourish in this too. Because you're trying, well, beforehand, you're trying to control something so dastardly. And it's making you feel like a cop of the situation. Now, I have nothing against law enforcement. I love law enforcement. Thank you for taking care of us. And obviously, I'm not getting into the court case that, you know, Anyway, let me backtrack on that one. The people who do good in the field, thank you so much. And the people who do bad, well, you're going to be found out. So let me go back to the rating. You don't need to police the situation. You don't need to keep it under a watchful eye. You can have faith that somebody is stepping up, not specifically for you, but because it's something true and genuine inside of them, and they're going to rise to the occasion. When they don't feel like they're being watched, which I know that you know how that feels. When you're being watched, you don't want to do anything. Them not being watched, it's going to give them all the room to grow. And look, take your time. You have all the time in the world. I see unions coming in. I see celebrations. I see ascension. I see new opportunities. I see doors opening up that you never thought possible. You are constructing this celebration, this love, this life, this connection to be exactly specialized for you. And that's by letting go of everything. Look, this is perfection. When you let go, all of the swords fall out. We're not going to stress about this. We are going to have our freedom and our potential realized. And this is going to make the best growing ground. This is going to be the most beautiful, unfolding, it's going to be open. I love it. it's a lot of emotional energy, and we have the sun in here, and that's making me think of your happiness. And we have divine lovers, we have knowledge, we have passion, we have a mountain to climb. There's everything all around us, angels guiding us. And it seems like all of this just occurs. It's like suddenly there. It's beautiful. So I'm going to shuffle these back into the deck. Bear with me one moment. Go get your coffee, go get your drink, go to the bathroom, or you can continue to roam around wherever you are right now. Just turn up the volume so you can hear me. Hey, how's it going? How's your day going so far? Okay, the mini read. So, as you can tell, things have been looking like just nothing. Nothing going right, nothing going on, nothing moving forward. It's a barren desert. The thing is, everything that is in the desert has acclimated to the environment. There is an entire ecosystem out in the desert that is not only surviving, but it's thriving and it's working with what it's got. So this is saying, while it looks like a big pile of nothingness and just absolutely neglected destruction, everything is happening behind the scenes in this. Thinking that nothing's going on, thinking that you've been ghosted, uncared for, couldn't be the furthest thing from the truth. Thinking that you're going to fail couldn't be the furthest thing from the truth. You're letting go of whatever you have expected, because you are in transition, you are leveling up, letting go of that rope, connecting to source and spirit. This is not a time to disconnect. It's really, really not. This is the most important time to, show, all right, you want to know what, spirit, God, whatever you want to call, whatever you worship, I don't care. Oh, I have questions, but I think that if I ask them, I'm going to feel kind of foolish. So I'm just going to trust that you're going to answer them. And I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because, I'm here. And I don't think that you are going to burn me with a magnifying glass, God. Just going to put it out there. So you're letting what has to go, whatever ideals, whatever people, whatever places, things, whatever is a noun, whatever's trying to escape your life, you're going to let it go because you are about to get so much more. Your criteria, your conditions, your standards are about to go out the door, and there's going to be something that breaks through your roof. Coolest thing ever. And if you had any idea what it was, if you could fathom just how big this spiritual gift is, I think you would dropkick whatever you got going on away. This is a major surprise that you are about to be gifted and that life is giving you, spirit's giving you. It's like a cookie for good behavior. You did it. It's a gold star. I love it. So, am I feeling any of the... I'm definitely feeling these. I'm saving these bad boys for last because it was mwah. Ugh. Okay. Am I feeling any of these? Mm-hmm. I'm feeling two of them. Okay. This is one of them. You are completely neglecting and abandoning yourself in this one, doing and overcompensating for everything and everyone, trying to make sure that everyone is completely taken care of and okay, making sure that people are stepping up rather than giving them the space to step up. You have ran yourself dry. And you want to know what? Anything that you work on when you are in that mindset is going to be reflecting that. So you want to know what? Take what we saw as that barren desert. Take that as a time to recover, replenish your resources, and be in the state of allowance. Be in the open and receptive state. Let people help you. Help them help you. Hold space for them. This has got to be something where If you really run yourself out with this, Spirit is going to kick your butt to the curb until you learn to stay down and take care of yourself. You have to be okay in this. You are the protagonist of your life. Do you think that they have to lose everything right now? Or, lose themselves right now? You may have lost a lot, and I'm about to read that, but it's absolutely necessary. As much as I hate it, as much as you hate it, as much as we all hate it, and how unfair it seems, you're going to find out why it was so necessary. We got to shake those dusties off, baby. Look. I know that you love helping everybody and you don't want to see them suffer, but they don't want to see you suffer either. And you have to show people not only how to step up, give them the space to step up, but also how to take care of you in the situation. Communication is key. So I'm going to save this one for last. I have got to read at least one of these. I'm definitely reading that one. Am I reading this one? Okay. Grab a seat. Okay, so these are going to be from your main guide or from a loved one who's crossed over. I'm seeing it as a story. Just listen with an open heart and an open mind. We know everything in the universe is perfect, even in its flaws. And we view the creation of spirit in total awe. All is unique, yet part of a unity of existence. But the human experience is a little different from ours. You tend to have specific standards for what you consider ideal, and this isn't serving you right now. So forget your idea of perfection and see through our eyes, allowing things to be as they truly are without judgment. Don't wait until a perfect moment or mood or something or to start something. Instead, enter life with its flawsomeness. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Let others be who they are too. Imperfect and human, complex or simple, it doesn't matter. For there's always something to discover, experience, and love. And when you drop the need for ideal, you uncover the real treasure, which will always be far more interesting and valuable. There are times when loss is a part of life, and sometimes loss is welcome. Like when you leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good. Sometimes a loss is sudden and painful, like when a loved one crosses over into our dimension. Regardless of the nature of the loss and your control over it, your experience is asking to be acknowledged. Tears are necessary, as is grief, and when you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on too quickly, the unprocessed pain haunts you in destructive ways. And we don't want that for you. Instead, let your heart break wide open. Feel the loss and integrate it and see the beauty that was, the lesson learned, and know that what you like, and know that as you let go of what has passed, there we go, I got it. Even more of you remains. It gets better, we promise. Your heart expands with more compassion for the world than before, and love heals all. We're loving you and we're sending you tons of love always and forever. And human beings spend a huge percentage of life asleep, not in bed, but the kind where they forget they are spiritual immortal beings, taking on a temporary human form. It's not your fault. Everyone suffers from spiritual amnesia once in a while. And as you develop an identity, an ego, you begin to see through the eyes of the small self and have less connection to your soul self. You may not recognize this going on, but you can sure feel it. We're here to remind you to look through your soul's eyes and see that magic is everywhere. Infinite potential lies in spirit, who is teaming up with you to fulfill the contract that you made to contribute to the evolution of the whole world. Wake up and remember that all the help you need is orchestrated in the invisible realms. Your mind is aligned with the divine intelligence, is unstoppable, and the world is yours to co-create. We love you and we're all behind you. So that's the funny part. You know how I read that? If you watch the mini reads, they can be different because I'm trying to read it in under a minute because I have to post it somewhere else. So sometimes I'm skipping words, sometimes I'm reading it differently, sometimes I miss an entire section. But that is actually considered to be the message that you need at the time. Isn't that weird? So listen, the story that you are embarking on, you don't need to zhuzh up for anybody. With all of its imperfections, it is one of the most understated, beautiful things that you can imagine. Absolutely feel free to write your story down as you're processing it, but you don't need to add anything. You don't need to alter anything. Let it be the story that it is. Let it be the magic that it is. And let it continue to unfold and continue to add towards it. Your story is absolutely going to encourage others and to help others, whether or not you decide to publish it. But it is a blueprint in processing and transitioning into like this new chapter in life. You are in transition into something new and amazing. And whoever comes along with that, Godspeed. But this is going to be a long journey. Let go of old expectations, discover new values, discover new morals, discover what something is, well, how life can be very specialized for you. So, my dearest, you know that this doesn't end at midnight. I really hope that this reading made sense. If you have questions about booking, reach out. So, as I was saying, this is a projection of your future based off of current circumstances. And if you follow the guidance and make your decisions, this should be, or this is the likely result of it. So I will talk to you all very soon. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you are greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. There's help, and then there's enabling. So help will come to those who genuinely, authentically need it. Help is not going to come to those who are eliciting any sort of, well, codependent or enabled behavior or entitled behavior or false sense of victimhood. True colors will show no matter what. Somebody's true intentions will speak up if you give it enough time. Pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to your gut feeling about this person. It is not you being silly. It's not you being stupid. It's not you being anything. There's something off about this, and you're going to discover why. And if something is falling through on a situation that you somehow are connected to, try and get to the deeper reason of it. Is this something that you can really pull off yourself? And is this just looking for an easy way out of a situation? It's not going to work. It's time to buck up. It's time to be authentic. It's time to fight for this. Hope it made sense. If there's, all right, you know the saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. If nobody's appearing right now, then you got to look at, why are you connected to this goal? Is this something that you've just been, hell-bent on for God knows how long? Or is this something authentic to you? Or are you looking to have something completed and somebody just showing you the way, walking you through the door without you having to learn or do the work? You got to be teachable in this, and it has to be authentic. Then the teacher will come up. And you want to know what? Your teacher is not going to go easy on you. Your teacher is somebody who sees your potential and sees the desire and pushes that in you, who pushes you to find that passion. You are the only person that can walk through this. This person is going to ignite the authentic fire inside of you. So take that for what it is, and, well, check the reason behind the goals. I hope that made sense. Let this be the way that it is. You don't need to zhuzh it up to make it more sellable or beautiful for either your memory, yourself, or someone else. This, laden with all of its imperfection, with all of its hang-ups, is so gorgeous as it is. And this is something that really wants to be expressed right now. So instead of trying to make it some sort of ideal, mystical, perfect, or whatever the perfection looks like, look at it for the little hidden beauties that maybe people overlook. Maybe it's understated. Maybe this is something that is about to come to fruition. Whatever the case, let it be the story that it is, and all of its radical polarities. I hope that made sense. It is so much more gorgeous than, I guess, is being absorbed right now. Stay safe, have fun. You're neglecting yourself. You are emptying your well. You are totally dropping the ball on being balanced and receptive. You're finding justice, or you're fighting for justice, and you're taking care of everyone else, taking care of their needs. You're going the distance. You're going the extra mile. Guess what? You're burning yourself out. In order for this to work, you have to be okay from the get-go. You can't put yourself off until later. All right, if you are neglecting yourself now and not taking care of even your basic needs, whatever stems from you is going to be a reflection of that. So before you do anything more, before you extend yourself out to something else, because God knows you're going to do that, take a hot second, rest, replenish, get your strength back, and then go. And you want to be open and receptive to people helping you. All right, I hope that made sense. It looks like life has just gotten way too quiet and nothing's happening, nothing is going on. You couldn't be further from the truth on it. Look, you are definitely in a transition, unsure of where everything is going. It's not a time to isolate yourself from source, from spirit. It's time for you to reach out even more so. And this, I know it's really hard to have faith because it's like, okay, there's the sense of nothingness around me. What do you want me to work with? And God's like, or Spirit's like, okay, listen, I know that you want this. You gotta let it go. I have more in store for you and it's going to blow your mind. I need you to have faith and trust in this. I need you to let go of that rope. It's hurting you more than you need to hurt. You're hurting yourself by hanging on to something when I have so much to give you. You need two hands to hold this. So I know that you don't know where this is going, but trust that everything is happening behind the scenes and you're about to get a huge gift in life. I hope that made sense. All right, you know the deal. Think of a loved one who's crossed over. If you can't think of anybody, it's fine. It's going to be from your main guide. Just listen with an open heart and an open mind. Okay. We know everything in the universe is perfect, even in its flaws, and we view the creation of spirit in total awe. All is unique and yet part of a unity of existence, but the human experience is a little different from ours. We tend to have specific standards for what you consider ideal, and this is in serving you right now, so forget your ideal of perfection and see through our eyes, allowing things to be as they are without judgment. Don't wait for a perfect moment or mood to get something started. Instead, enter life with all of its flawsomeness. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Let others be who they are too. Imperfect and human, complex and simple, it doesn't matter. For you are always something to discover, experience, and love. And when you drop the need for an ideal, you uncover the real treasure, which will be far more interesting and valuable. Loving you like crazy. Love, Spirit. You know the deal. Think of a loved one who's crossed over. If you can't think of anybody, it's fine. It's going to be from your main guide. Just listen with an open heart and an open mind. Okay. There are times when loss is a part of life. Sometimes a loss is welcome, like when you leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good. Sometimes loss is sudden and painful, like when a loved one crosses over to our dimension. Regardless of the nature of your loss and your control over it, your experience is asking to be acknowledged. Tears are necessary, as is grief. When you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on too quickly, the unprocessed pain haunts you in a destructive way. We don't want that for you. Instead, let your heart break wide open. Feel the loss and integrate it. See the beauty that was, the lesson learned, and know that you'll let go of what has passed and that even more of you remains. It gets better, we promise. Your heart expands with more compassion for the world than ever before. Love heals all. We love you, and we're sending loves always and forever. Love, Spirit. I misplaced my cards. I have this one, but I don't know what I do with my other cards, so I'm kind of lost right now. Okay, this is going to be a postcard from Spirit. Just listen with an open heart and an open mind. All right, human beings spend a huge percentage of life asleep, not just in bed, but the kind where you forget that you are a spiritual immortal being taking on a temporary human form. It's not your fault. Everyone suffers from spiritual amnesia once in a while. As you develop an identity and ego, you begin to see through the eyes of the small self and have a small connection to your soul self. You may not recognize this going on, but you can feel it. We're here to remind you to look through the soul's eyes and see the magic is everywhere. Infinite potential lies in Spirit, and who is teaming up with you to fulfill the contract you came here and to contribute to the evolution of the world as a whole. Wake up and remember that all the help you need is orchestrated in the invisible realms. Your mind is in alignment with the divine intelligence and is unstoppable. The world is yours to co-create. You are so loved, and we are all behind you. Love, Spirit. Okay, I'm just going to ask because this is something I always forget to do, and it always bites me in the butt. What is something that you just mindlessly forget to do in your spiritual work or spiritual practice? All right, I cleanse the area. I use sage, I use Palo Santos, I use sweet lemongrass braids or sweet grass braids. And I completely cleanse the area of well, whatever residual energies are left behind, you know, spiritual bug spray. Always forget to open a window or a door. Where's it gonna go? It looks like I hotboxed my workspace and I don't even smoke. I don't smoke, I don't drink. And I don't care if anyone else does, it's just not my thing. But where's all that energy gonna go? Forget to open a stupid window. Oh my God. Anyway, do what you will, tag stitch, I don't know, but I had to complain for a moment. Bye.